Weather for Weather Geeks time, Monday evening edition, the 11th day of December. We've got 2 weeks to go until Christmas, and boy, oh boy, do we have a lot to talk about this week. So let's get right to it, because this is going to be a pretty long video, I suspect. First of all, just a quick review before we get to the future. A quick review of the past, showing not much of a temperature trend today, kind of a boring temperature trace. We were between 29 and 31 pretty much all day today. And that'll be the case tonight as well. Temperatures will hardly move. Now, we did have a little bit of snow late this afternoon. Led to little powdered sugar coatings on some windshields, and parking lots had a little dusting and that sort of thing, and most things are just kind of damp, but still watch for a few isolated slick spots with a little moisture on the road and temperatures a little below freezing. This is actually kind of a modest little warm front that's trying to push through right now. It's not exactly warm in the wake of it, but it is largely dry. We're going to get into this big donut hole of nothing for a lot of the night tonight. And it's going to take until, the wee hours of the morning before the system really comes into eastern Ohio, western PA. It doesn't look like much this evening. Getting some snow around Chicago and points south, but this is going to look a lot more impressive, I suspect, as the radar starts to fill in as we go deeper into the night tonight. Real quick review of what the Weather Service has out. We have winter weather advisories out for Trumbull and Mercer County. The Weather Service has lake effect snow warnings out for Geauga, Ashtabula, Crawford, and surrounding counties over in northwest PA. Don't want to spend too much time worrying about advisories and warnings. And at the end of the day, what's most important is, hey, what's the forecast, and what are the impacts going to be on your life and your plans? All right, so we're dry this evening. Do think that steady snow pushes in wee hours of the morning. We're talking 3, 4 o'clock in most spots, and then it's going to snow steadily for a couple of hours up through about daybreak. But already by 7:30, 8 o'clock, notice the steady snow is pushed east. And we're starting to get into more of a scattered or random kind of a pattern here with the snow showers. And, during the daylight hours tomorrow, it's going to snow on a few occasions, particularly in the north. But there's going to be several hours where it doesn't do much tomorrow other than it's just windy and cold. It's not going to snow all day tomorrow, and that's something we've been trying to emphasize today, is that tomorrow is not just a snowy day. In fact, it'll probably not be snowing more often than it will be snowing, especially south of Interstate 80. More concerned about tomorrow evening. This is when the core of the Arctic air will be pushing over the Great Lakes. Great Lakes are wide open for business. There'll be extreme instability over the lakes. Very easy for air to rise and form clouds and snow. And so I'm expecting more numerous snow showers to really get going as we go towards sunset tomorrow evening. Notice how much busier this map looks than, we rewind to midday. Just more numerous snow showers. And by this point, of course, it'll be dark, and look at these temperatures. Down in the teens. Salt is not particularly effective when it gets that cold. So yeah, I'm more concerned about travel difficulties as we head later in the day tomorrow and into parts of tomorrow night and even into Wednesday morning as well. This will slowly wind down during Wednesday morning. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to show you. Let's go to this graphic, which is kind of a summary of what to expect over the next 24 to 36 hours. Pardon me. By tomorrow morning, when most people are trying to get off to work and school, there's not going to be a ton of snow on the ground. We're talking about an inch as an average, some a little more, some a little less. Enough to slicken things up, certainly. Going to have to watch it on the roads tomorrow morning. During the daylight hours tomorrow, scattered snow showers, but more numerous, heavier snow showers and squalls as we go into the evening and the overnight. So I suspect there's going to be more problems on the roads for more people tomorrow night and Wednesday morning as opposed to tonight and tomorrow morning. So, school adjustments and that sort of thing may be a little more numerous on Wednesday morning. All right, how much snow to expect? Here's what I've done with the map. Now, this is a total through Wednesday morning, not just for tonight, but for tonight through Wednesday morning. Obviously, the highest amounts up in the primary snow belt, Geauga County, parts of Lake County, Ashtabula County, over to Crawford County. But even down in our viewing area, this is going to be a pretty good dumping of snow. Again, the random nature of the snow showers and squalls make a snow forecast kind of tough. There'll be variable conditions. But as an average, here's what I have for the numbers. Now, you'll notice that Mahoning County, Columbiana County in the 1 to 3 zone. Could someone in here get 4? Absolutely. But a good average will be 1 to 3. If a heavier squall sits over one spot or a handful of spots for 45 minutes, you'll get a bonus inch and might end up with a little more than 3. But as an average, 1 to 3, 224 corridor, Route 30, etc. Now, once you're up around and north of I-80 and up into the Warren area, Newton Falls, Cortland, Sharon, Hermitage, etc., and over into Mercer, 3 to 6 is going to be pretty common through here. Some will get closer to 3, some will get closer to 6. We give ranges for a reason. Could someone get 7 in that zone? Yes. It just depends on the behavior and the movement of these very random snow showers and squalls that'll be snaking around. Best chance for more than 6. Far northern viewing area, pretty much. Up near Kinsman maybe, and up into southeastern Ashtabula County, around Andover, over into Greenville, New Lebanon. Someone in some places in here could easily see 6, 7, 8 inches, because I just think the snow showers will be more numerous and probably a little more intense up there, especially late tomorrow and into tomorrow night. All right, so, kind of summing things up travel-wise, of course there's going to be impacts on every type of surface, but of course the main roads are typically treated a little better, a little more frequently. The secondary roads a little less so. And again, with temperatures dropping into the teens tomorrow evening, salt becomes less effective than when it's closer to 28 or 30 degrees. So yeah, your driveways are going to be real slick. Secondary roads can be real slick if they haven't been treated. Even if they've been treated some, they can still be kind of slick. And yeah, it's going to be just slow and take it easy on the roads. Again, especially later tomorrow into tomorrow night. Wind and wind chills also going to be a story. Already by tomorrow evening at sunset, it'll be close to 0 as far as a wind chill, with air temperatures in the middle and upper teens. Wind chills will drop a handful of degrees below 0 in a lot of places tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. We're certainly going to have worse wind chills this winter, but this will easily be the coldest morning in terms of temperatures and wind chills that we've had so far this season. And wind chills on Wednesday really won't recover much, up to maybe 5 or 10 above in the afternoon. And then we're not done with the snow. The models today have really latched on to another clipper heading our way. We get done with the lake effect by midday Wednesday. Then look at the steady snow pushing in already by Wednesday evening. So the break is short. And this is not going to be lake effect. This is going to be more of a general snow. It's probably a 1 to 2 or 3 inch kind of a deal. More slick travel Wednesday night into Thursday morning. So wintry week for us. And we could have lingering snow showers into parts of Friday as well. A little bit of a thaw coming this upcoming weekend, but a little bit. Not a huge thaw. Not a huge warm-up. Let's look at the longer range for just a second here. I know this video is already long. Here's the general trends over the next 2 weeks, taking us up through Christmas. Here's our intense cold at the end of the week, lifting out some by the weekend. Here's Sunday, and notice, the worst of the cold is pushed off the eastern seaboard. Next week does not look real harsh, especially early in the week. Later in the week may turn a little colder, but probably not as cold as the air mass that is coming in over the next day or so. Then a little bit of a warm-up again around late next week. The weekend before Christmas, the 23rd, 24th, is looking chilly but not crazy cold. And, this is a cold-looking map for Christmas Day. Here we are, Christmas Day, on the European model. This is a cold-looking map, but notice the biggest anomalies, the biggest difference from average shown on this model right now. They're up in Canada, in Ontario and Quebec, which would suggest to me that, if this is right, it's a cold Christmas, but not as cold as tomorrow, not as cold as Wednesday. Just kind of generic, standard issue winter cold for Christmas Day. The long-range European modeling taking us out through the next 46 days. Cold, cold, cold is the overall theme for the next month. And then the model does try to have a little bit of a January thaw here as we go deeper into January. Not sure if I buy this just yet. But the idea that January may not be as cold compared to the averages as December is an idea that, is believable. January will probably be cold. It's January after all, but compared to the averages and compared to December, it may not be as harsh as mid-December is certainly shaping up to be. Over the next 32 days, I should say, or roughly month, the European modeling has a not especially wet signal around the region, not crazy dry either. A little bit of a wet spot around the Great Lakes, suggesting we could have a lot of lake effect and clippers and minor systems, but not a lot of major, big-time, low-pressure systems coming through that bring everybody tons and tons of snow. Doesn't look like that kind of pattern over the next month or so. It's going to snow some, but we'll probably have more nickel and dime lake effect and clippers and that sort of stuff than the big storms that bring everyone 6 to 12 inches or something like that. So That's the way things look right now. Of course, I'm going to keep you updated throughout the rest of this evening and on 21 News tonight at 11. Jess will have road conditions and everything else you need to know tomorrow morning on WFMJ today, and I'll check in from home tomorrow morning as well. We've got you covered. We're going to have worse weather this winter, but this is certainly the first legit snow for most of the winter season coming our way over the next 36 hours.